G'day fellow totally normal humans. Today we're going to have a look at a Lora called Change a Character, Naughty Tainted Nuns. Sounds pretty unsafe for YouTube, but it's not that bad, so hopefully we're going to be okay. Got the Lora loaded up here. Apparently this is what a plain white piece of paper looks like according to anything v3. I don't think that's correct, but that's a bit beside the point. Alright. I'll just get rid of that. So there's three different keywords that this Lora uses for slightly different styles of costuming, and the first one is T-Nun, and I think this is the closest, like the most lewd one. Although, having used the other ones, maybe it's not. I've dropped my sampling steps down to 12, which hopefully won't be too much of a problem, and just let us render the previews a little bit quicker. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, so you can see it does like its boobs, but it keeps the nun's habits and the shoulders, arms. It tends to be the body that it does the different stuff with. And if we just generate again, I think it will give us a very similar style of outfit. Now, I did find, because I have had a good play with this, as I said, to make sure it wasn't too bad, changing clip skip to 2 definitely does some good work, and lowering it down to anything down to about 0.6 or even 0.4, depending on what you're trying to do. You can see this is, it's given it sort of a bit more of a lacy lingerie kind of look, but it's kept the habit and the I can't remember what this bit's called, but the arms as well. So that's in this costume. That's, they're the consistent features that you're going to get. I did try changing backgrounds, and at full strength, it will not change the background fully, but it will give some influence, so it's not too bad. I haven't really looked through the metadata for the Lora, so I'm not sure how well keyed the backgrounds are. I'd say that's the problem, is that the backgrounds in the images just haven't been keyed out very well, and that's definitely a comment that I will make for the author. So you can see here it's added some foliage in the background, but it's still kept kind of the church, and you've still got some things, and I often found they'd be sitting down as well. So at strength 1, you don't really get much variation there, but if I drop it down to 0.6, also I did find at full strength making changes to hair color and things like that were a bit inflexible too. Nice looking still. It definitely doesn't look overcooked, it's just a bit strong, a bit inflexible. Come on, you can make it. So here at what do we do, 0.6, you can see we've got our background, but as I said, you'll still get some of this sort of stuff near the character. I think maybe a lot of the source images, the characters were interacting with furniture or something, and so that's really stayed in the Lora. And again, when I was testing earlier, a lot of the time the women were sitting down, so they, this would get treated as a bench or whatever. But you can see that it's still keeping, even at 0.6, you've got your neck thing, shoulder thing, you've got your nun's habit there, like it's still keeping the elements of the, and it's kind of less lewd as well. As I said, there are 2 other costumes included in this, so there are definitely other variations you can do as well. Let's just see, because I haven't done a great test about hair color and that sort of thing. What is she? She's blonde at the moment, so let's go for red hair. Let's try short hair, because I think I've only seen long hair generated by this Lora. I think overall, from my experience so far, this Lora is actually pretty good. The flexibility could do with some, some keyword changing and some rebaking. That's done fine at 0.6. Her hair's red. It's short. She's still got most of the costume. It's affected the sleeves a bit. I mean, that's okay. She's still got the shorter sleeves. I'm sure that's a seed thing. If you rendered this a few more times, you'd probably get whatever you're looking for. Add some more words in. Let's just try the other couple of costumes. So we've tried T nun. Let's try B nun. I can't remember exactly what the difference between these two were. I think the last one is supposed to be more of a leotard, although, as you've seen, some of these kind of get there anyway. I'll just quickly run through these. And obviously I've still got a 0.6, I've still got red hair and all that, so we're going to see it with the tweak in the forest and all that sort of thing. You can see this one, even though we're at 0.6 in a forest, it's still got that background. So again, the background's probably not specified enough in the Lora, or in the tags in the Lora. So it probably does need a version 2 for getting those backgrounds out. I said before that I hadn't looked at the metadata, but I actually did look at the metadata, I remember, and there wasn't much about the backgrounds in them at all, because that is something it would be nice to be able to specify in a church, all that sort of stuff too. So obviously this one's a bit more of a lingerie look, I would say. And L nun. Man, this video is long just because it's got so many components. We haven't even got to the realistic yet, which I didn't actually test, so I'm hoping that it doesn't go horribly wrong when we throw it in chill out mix. Alright, and this is L nun, which is the third one. And so there you can see it is sort of more of a leotard look. I'll just quickly generate again. See if it's see if not having the habit is a factor of L nun, or whether it's just the seed hasn't put that on her. You see we've got our forest again in this one. And yeah, so obviously having the habit on isn't part of this version. Alright, so we'll go to chill out mix, set our V to none, and might as well stay on this one. Ironically being the leotard one, probably the least lewd one. I don't know how well 12 steps is going to go on a realistic, and obviously we're going to have to wait for the model to properly load because of this stupid slow checkpoint loading that's still going on. Alright, Nun, let's pray that you have clothes on. And the answer is... Thank God she's got clothes on. But that does not exactly look like any kind of nun's outfit. So let's put the strength back to 1, since we are in a realistic model now, and see how it does. Obviously everything else in our prompts there, short red hair. She's in a forest, but I don't think the Lora is doing very much at all in the realistic. Now, it was trained on anything V3, so getting it to do realistic may not work. When I train, I usually train on 1.5, and that will translate to anime reasonably well, but the other way isn't always a guarantee. Not bad. Not bad. Couple more regens, and that'd probably look fine. We'll do a quick B nun. So I spoke too soon. That's actually, I should really like this sort of V-neck, like little black dress slash, like, I don't know, English maid cape, if that was joined up at the shoulder, which obviously you could, in paint and stuff to get that there. I think that'd be a really cool look. Like layers without layers. Alright, that works fine. We've always got some nun look there, and the other one is T nun. So I'll just change that to a T. So obviously, you know, I was just saying words. It works perfectly fine in at strength, like full strength 1, as a realistic. So this is pretty good, actually. I haven't played with it a whole lot. I did combine it with another Lora, though. I did play with the Adeptus Sororitas Lora in combination with it, and it played nicely with that. So I think this is a good one. I would definitely, like, if this is something that you want to generate, if you want to be doing some sexy nuns, good Lora. Once again, that is change a character, naughty/tainted nuns. The link will be in the description, and you can get it as always from civetai.com. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments, and I will get to them when I see them.